5 in the penalty area. Malin goes near post, dealt with by Maurizio. It'll come back again from Iniesta. Just teases the ball in, caresses the football. Lovely ball and put away by Douglas. Second chance for Goke against Corbinong. Can't keep it in, but that was a chance for Douglas, standing without Samuel.
Yeah, he was just trying to find for a Hershey. I think he could have gone himself. He had that confidence to just do the basic touch on his left foot. Beautifully weighted ball here from Iniesta. Just beats everyone, inch perfect. But then Douglas just unselfish, I must say, trying to put back into a more guaranteed area, but not the best of contact.
Maurizio has been blocked off by Furuhashi.
Oh, a good start from Nazmi. I like the couple of touches he's had. Very forward looking. He's aware.
Furuhashi, regular starter in SL Kobe's lineup last year. As you said, they've won the Super Cup this year in a remarkable 3-3 draw and penalty shootout against the runaway league leaders last year, Yokohama. Farizal in turquoise, drops it forward. Kunala, got by Sakai, Iniesta. How does he find those pockets of space? He's at his own pace. I think was a rumbustious defensive midfielder during his time, German international. Corbinong's done well. Now then, Gonzalo Cabrera. Cabrera, his 4th season now with Johor. Nazmi. Taki just a little bit too heavy on the back of Nazmi Fires Mansour. Just that extra awareness or lack of awareness perhaps from Johor. It's not a big difference, but it is a difference. It's too far up for Safawi. Surely. Ben against Safari Rashid. Pereira is there as well. He counts as an AFC player for purposes as Safawi. Oh, that's a chance for Diogo. Big chance for the Brazilian.
Well, that's a sitter for me of Diogo's standards. Carlton Buriram, I think he was off. Don't know if the linesman, have a look here, if he called it, but you expect Diogo to put it at the very least on target. Force the goalkeeper to a save.
Bit of pressing there, and the goalkeeper is away from the goal. Gosh, coaches are very brave these days. Rocky Ikura isn't the biggest name goalkeeper, but he's best with the ball at his feet, so Torsten Fink selects him. Which I always think is a strange reason to select the goalkeeper. Never mind. Here's Vermeulen to be discussed. Ozaki. Nishi. Short is Yazui. Sakai's made the forward run. Space found by Furuhashi. Furuhashi slips past Kunalan. Sakai. He and Furuhashi not on the same wavelength to Maurizio. Doesn't clear convincingly. Eventually Johor do smuggle it clear. Lovely first touch from Safawi. And then Diogo can wriggle clear and knock it out wide to Cabrera. If he can play the ball in quickly, there's Safawi on the far side. Deflected away. Diogo. Nice idea and a fast break by Johor Darrell Taksim. Safawi's flick forward, looks for Cabrera. Cabrera leads it. Nazmi. Second chance perhaps. Cabrera. Still Nazmi fires. Blocked by Ikura. But a thrilling breakout by Johor Darrell Taksim.
Oh, beautiful. I think it Iwasaki's touch on that first cross from Gonzalo was so crucial because Safawi has already made a really good run into the box. And I thought Ogawa made a huge risk when Nazmi was going to let a shot off because he's tackled from behind. Nazmi wasn't aware. If he was, he could have got into a place where he could have earned a penalty.
Instead remains goalless, but a bright old start. Here is Ogawa. Two in the penalty area. Douglas Furuhashi. Nishi blocked off by Leverko Binong. Yazui picks up the pieces. Yazui again. Ryozaki. Vermaelen. Iniesta. Given a completely free roll. Sakai is available on the left-hand side. Yazui goes on his own. There's a man over. Goke. Yazui. Blocked off. Iniesta. And Vermaelen. Iniesta again. Lovely ball over the top. Farizal decides not to come and dropped over it. What a goal from Kaijuro Ogawa. A fabulous pass from Iniesta and a sublime finish from Ogawa. It's top class.
Well, that's what his level offers. It's a split-second decision. Beautiful, on the same wavelength. Look at how he times his run, keeps himself on side. Furuhoshi drags Kunalan to a space where he doesn't want to go, but that opens up the gap. Then you get Ogawa just getting into a good position, but then it's all about that composed finish. Beautiful. Just has the deft touch in how he dinks the ball above Farizal Malias. But what a ball there from Iniesta.
Ogawa, sublime finish. Farizal half came for the ball, probably made the right decision to go back, but couldn't get back quick enough. Iniesta, he could be a player, huh?
Strike.
Zaki. Vermaelen. Sakai. So what kind of response will Johor have? They've conceded a really top-class goal. It's just too far ahead of Nishi.
And I can tell you that's been worked in training again and again and again, time after time. Because how Ogawa timed his run, he waited for Furuhashi to finish his action. And then when the distance was right, and it was split open, Iniesta put that ball beautifully into the path. And it was all about the finishing. Top class goal.
Furuhashi is causing Kunalan problems and produced a yellow card for S. Kunalan. Once again, he's cleverly put his body in between man and ball. Kunalan's gone into the tackle and early on picks up the yellow.
Yeah, he's got a little bit in him, Furuhashi. And how he takes his first touch. I've seen him play last season. Just always know to put his body in between of a ball. Just aware of defenders who likes to put in challenges.
Diogo. Can't quite toe poke it away from Sakai. Great clearance. Finds Nazmi. 25-year-old looks in for Harris, who's hustled off it by Douglas. Iniesta, first-time ball. Just picked off by Maurizio. Can't be kept in. These gold numbers on the white shirts, not the easiest to pick up for Johor. Shots to one. Johor did did have that opportunity. Tell you what, Ikura does like to take a risk in goal, doesn't he? When you've got Iniesta finding Furuhashi, lovely first touch. Furuhashi versus Kunala. Inside to Douglas, looks for Furuhashi once again. And Furuhashi blocked off by Ideal. Harris. Azmi's able to keep that alive. He's got Diogo short and Safawi in the middle. Azmi Faiz looks for Diogo. Zaki, straightforward clearance.
Well, we mentioned that in the studio earlier. I think Wilco pointed out really well that that's the plan B, and do they have it in them? Clearly, when a cross comes in, JDT is not a fan of putting in those crosses because Diogo with his height does not like the ball with an aerial battle. So at that point, it was very well defended. I must say they've read the opponents really well. They forced Diogo to get into the box instead of coming short, and Nazmi was forced to put in a cross. And Wissel Kobe gets possession.
Here's Goke coming forward. Kominong, stronger than the goal scorer Agawa. Gonzalo Cabrera. First pass looks for Safawi. Safawi. Diogo had made a run. Safawi tries to go for the nutmeg against Leo Ozaki. That's cheeky or confident, however you want to decide. Scraps. 101 goals and 105 games for Buriram last before the move to Johor. 22 goals in all competitions for JDT last year. Not a bad acquisition to have. But he grumbles and he moans and he whinges. He'd be a horrible opponent. The best possible way. Is Farizan. Maurizio. Farizal has to be careful. Maurizio closed down. Sakai. Douglas had made a run that created space for Andreas Iniesta. You don't want to give Iniesta space. Iniesta through a ruck of players. Ali Reza Fagani was right there. Cabrera against Nishi. Big fan of Diego Nishi. You can see why as Yuzui. More time and space. Goke just cleared by a desperate lunging challenge from Ideal.
Well, how many times you've seen a player who starts in a back three and spends more time in an offensive half? That's Diego Nishi. I think by far one of the most offensive defenders I've ever seen in Japanese football any times he's run.
Hero once again. Are you allowed defensive heroes? Vermeulen. Goalkeeper playing 40 metres away from his goal. Very much part of the outfield squad. Zaki. Sakai. Like a billiard table, beautiful. Harris scraps to win it back. Kunala, second chance. Harris has got Diogo ahead of him. Nicks the ball up away off Sakai. Can't take it away from Thomas Vermeulen. The Belgian again trusts Sikora. Flips the ball up to Nishi. Confident that Nishi will control. Goke. Douglas. Referee Fagani plays a good advantage. This Iniesta. A lot of the Johor players sliding on the surface, Stan. Iniesta.
I think they're working really hard. They're trying to press cohesively. They're trying to move very tight to make it difficult. They're playing against a very good opposition. I just think the difference at the moment is Kobe is winning those little battles. As you can see, they're just having that little bit of spark and a bit bit of intelligence in how they're earning their little fouls in good areas. Iniesta makes a huge difference in the middle of the park, getting an overload against him. It's so important, but then he comes out of that overload. At the moment, Kobe, whenever they press, they are pressing at the right time. On the other hand, whenever JDT is doing it, Kobe seems to come out of it, so a bit of tweaking needed. But JDT very much in the game. Gotta remember, Diego had a chance that if he did put it away, that's JDT scoring first.
And the breakout as well when Nazmi was twice thwarted with shots. That's for Malin. Very much in bringing a little bit of stardust to the J-League. Okay. There's a marvellous youth development. Diogo scrambles to close down the goalkeeper Ikora. Iniesta, what a release. That's like a quarterback 40-metre pass. Dinked in by Agawa for Furuhashi. Like it was off the top of the arm. Referee was right there, on point, Sakai. Iniesta. Movement all over the place ahead of him. Sakai might try the shot. Sakai didn't hit the target.
Yeah, he wanted that little bend at the end. Outside of his laces, could see exactly what he was trying to execute. He was trying to generate enough power to slice it off that laces. And it gets a bit of swerve at the very end. Always a nightmare for a goalkeeper. You don't want to be giving him that much space and time. At the moment, Iniesta just dictates the space, the time, how he collects the ball, and just doing whatever he can at the moment to dominate possession in the middle of the park.
Diogo wins the free kick for the high foot from Thomas Vermaelen. Have to be careful with the high foot. We saw a red card, a straight red in a AFC Cup match between Bali and Kwang Ninh yesterday, very early on in the game. Defender going for the ball, foot was raised, caught a player, straight red. Ideal. Closed down by Douglas. Iniesta's now playing as a kind of a number 10. Farizal, just Maurizio. Took a bit of a knock there. More play on. Cabrera. They're slipping and sliding. Finds Nazmi. Kobinong. Chance to maybe take on Dego Nishi. Harris Harron. Cabrera. Dropped very deep. Top, and it's allowed to run all the way through to Ikora. Very noticeable that the whole Kobe team move as one. If the front players press, the back players and midfielders push on at the same time. Very much a cohesive 11.
Yeah, I just think they've got a trigger point. I saw it in the first 5 minutes, that first bit of pressure when Douglas initiated the most forward player, and then you could see that's a trigger point for Furuhashi, Iniesta and Ogawa moving up quickly. For me, that is them really cohesively getting in a position where they understand each other, and almost like they've got a signal like.
26 minutes played, Vissel Kobe 1, Johor Darul Taksim 0, AFC Champions League group stage, match day 1. Sublime goal by Keijiro Ogawa after a delicious assist from Andreas Iniesta. Struggling to get any kind of possessions. That's swept over to Nishi. Agawa makes a run ahead of Nishi. That leaves space for Douglas behind him. Maurizio closes that gap and Cabrera reacts first. Nazmi, Kobinong. Saki slides in. Korbinong, who's got a quick throw, finds Diogo. Clever play from Levert. Korbinong claims for handball, and it's a penalty to Johor. Diogo instantly appealed. Thomas Vermeulen, the arm away from the body, and a penalty for Johor Darultazim.
Well, it's all about Korbinong. He sees an opportunity to move really quick from the throw-in, and then Diogo just gets ahead of Thomas Vermeulen. Then he tries to find Safawi. He's already at that far post. It's a clear handball. Good decision for Mali Reza Fagani. JDT now, you've got to execute this.
Safawi Rashid given the responsibility against Hiroki Ikora. Big moment for the Terengganu boy. Normally he has nerves of steel. 12 yards out for an equaliser for Johor Darultazim. Safawi Rashid. Safawi, bottom corner. Johor level. Nerves of steel.
Well, that is a top-class execution from Safawi Rashid. Kept it really glued to the ground. Okura went the right way, guessed it really well. Anything less than this, Okura has a big hand to it, but not with Safawi's finish.
Oh my word, oh my word. It came from the presence of mind of Korbinong, having won the throw. Diogo on the same wavelength, getting deep into the Vissel Kobe penalty area. You and Johnny Wilkinson called it right before the game, Stan. You can get at this Vissel Kobe defence.
You do. Just going back to the stats again. The stats don't lie. 59 goals in 34 games. That's not a stat you want to have for a side who's invested so much. Wealth of talent, but it's all to play for here.
Nishi looks for Douglas. It breaks through. Oh, what a goal from Furuhashi. Kunalan slips. Kyogo Furuhashi slams it over Farizal. Johor's moment of glee lasted less than 60 seconds.
Well, Furuhashi prepared himself really well, as he knew that Kunalan has been dragged in. Then bends it just around Farizal. Question marks over Farizal. Firstly, I think you expect him to get a hand to it. It did not. It went straight down the middle. But Furuhashi is not going to bother about that, because that is the kind of reaction you'd want after conceding.
It's the hope that kills. Nice little 5-ball and do us quite nicely, I feel. He's still like beating heart. Diogo.
Well, not contrary when they conceded, we were talking about them conceding goals, but they also went on to score 61 goals.
I did make the remark, though, that a lot of Johor players are slipping, and Kunalan slipped at a really inopportune moment. Wondering about the footwear that they're wearing. Clearly they've been on the pitch, they've had a chance to train on it. Moving on. Kyogo Furuhashi's made a bright start already to this game. Asmi wanted a free kick, doesn't get it. Okay, smuggles it out. Ogawa. Nishi glides it into Douglas. Kunalan. Ideal back to Farizal. Fazail and a yellow card for Afik. First foul, he says. Yeah, but it was a cynical one, says Ali Reza. Wouldn't offer too many arguments to Mr. Fagani. 25-year-old joins M.A.S Kunalan in the referee's notebook very early on in the picture. Iniesta. Douglas. Ball to the ground, dumping tackle coming in from Yazui.
Yeah, I think it was dangerous play from Yazui. I think what Afik's saying is
yeah, I've just picked up a yellow card.
Yeah,
for something less.
Yeah, it's something lesser because Yasui's just jumping in two-footed from behind.
Okay, sorry, not Yazui, my call. Benjamin Mora, he does love to patrol that technical area. To be back on the pitch playing. I need to speak to you about studs and what the players wear these days, Stan, as Farazal is again closed down by Douglas. Malin climbing all over Diogo. Referee gives the free kick. Are you aware of what studs the players are wearing?
Yeah, absolutely. I just think these days are much easier. Go back to the old days, it was called 6 studs for a pitch which is a bit more muddy. After a rain or during a rain, and you have the round rubber studs. Now you've got all kinds of studs that can fit to what you like, a grip that you like. So I don't think players have excuses, especially with the kind of sponsors and the kind of brands they are attached to.
Iwasaki wins the header. Cabrera away from Corbin Ong. Of travelling Johorians made the long trip north. They're making themselves heard. Ozaki. Cabrera closes. Ikura. Couldn't get it away from Sakai, nearly released. Harris. Diogo. Safawi. Faces for Malin. It's behind Nazmi. It's good defending coming back from Utagoke. Iniesta can come. He doesn't run forward, he glides forward. Furuhashi sweeps it out wide to Nishi. Fluency about Vissel Kobe. Pleasing on the eye, Iniesta. Diogo.
Well, I just think Kobe's strength lies whenever they move into the attack return. And that's why they want to get there really quick. And if JDT can keep them a bit further up the pitch, in JDT's eyes, which means more in the defensive third or the lower middle third of Kobe, they're not really comfortable down where they are right now. This is where perhaps JDT would try and want to exploit them. But you got to work cohesively, and that's a great example. Because whenever Iniesta collects the ball above the half line, that's when you see they are their best. They're really comfortable, they're dominating, very fluid play.
What I've seen of Kyogo Furuhashi is, again, Farazal is almost closed down. Iniesta. Maurizio eventually miscontrols the ball out of play. 35 minutes gone. Vital for Johor not to concede again before half-time. Mauricio's booting the ball into the stands has softened that one. Douglas gets the shot away. Farizal, good save. Danger's not over yet. Lagao offside, so the danger is over. Farizal, if he was to be blamed for the second goal, certainly made amends there, Stary Bernard.
Yeah, I think he had to do a bit of a step to his left, quick reaction. It's not easy. We've seen goalkeepers not react quick and that just slips under their hand. Douglas just showing the kind of striker he is. Yes, snapshot.
Pressure put on Farizal. Farizal is left in a heap. He reckons he was caught late. He's still on the floor. It's Douglas closing down.
Yeah, he's going to feel it. I think it's Douglas' knees through his calves. That's painful. Very much different from the first game they had against Kashima Antlers last season. Kashima scored early, but first 45 minutes JDT looked second best. But it was the last 10-15 minutes when they kind of started to believe that they belong in this competition. They scored a goal as well. And obviously in the return lane, lucky they went on to beat Kashima on that very famous night. But it's very different here. They seem to have not get the rhythm purely because they're playing against opposition who can control the midfield. But it's still very much in the game. They're not out of this.
Diogo. Corbinong. As well to get a cross in the end. Floaty, Ikora with an easy catch.
I just think from a Kobe's point of view, every time there's a cross coming in, that kind of cross, and knowing that JDT is not really good at these crosses from the side because Diogo does not attack those. They don't really have height. That's a win for them. You know, they're forcing Corbin, Kunalan, Safawi, Gonzalo now the right hand side and for crosses.
Safawi scored the penalty that momentarily brought Johor back level. I think it is a step up for Afik and Harris, and three in midfield. Nazmi fires Mansour, and you can see just there Douglas is just that little bit sharper. The Malaysia League season doesn't start for a couple more weeks. J-League season is just a week away.
If you dissect into JDT's campaign in the group last season, you'd actually put Afik as Harris as one of the most outstanding performers. That's not where the problem lies. I think they couldn't convert their chances into goals. They kind of pressed at times and they got good chances. A great example was the game against Shandong Luneng. Both the games, to be honest, they were actually playing really well, but it was Shandong who got on the score sheet. That was the big difference.
More Chinese opposition in the AFC Champions League for Johor this year. Guangzhou Evergrande. The scheduled game at the brand new Iskander Stadium has been postponed until May the 20th, scheduled for February the 19th, but the coronavirus scare meant that Guangzhou are not allowed to travel, so that's been put back. Suwon from Korea picking up a really, really tough group. But it's exactly what Johor want. That's the quality that management and the owners and the people behind behind the club want Johor to be playing in regularly.
Well, coincides with that new world-class stadium that will be unveiled on the 22nd. That's exactly the kind of oppositions you want visiting that stadium.
Whistle Kobe 2, Johor Darul Taksim 1. Agawa scoring beautifully in the 13th minute. Safai Rashid equalising for the penalty spot. For a minute later, Yogo Furuhashi driving in. Douglas looks for the capped Furuhashi. It's just one cap so far. Spent most of his time with Gifu in J2. You anticipate what a thumping challenge from Maurizio. Furuhashi does not like that. And then he looks up at the size of Maurizio, reckons the boy from Sao Paulo will be able to knock him into next week, walks away.
I just think it's so frustrating as a defender to play against Furuhashi, because he kind of show you the ball on the near side, and as soon as you make your step towards him, it's on his further foot, and then you're intended to rush into a challenge. Cullen has been caught about 3 times now, Mauricio once.
Good tracking from Diogo there, because otherwise Iniesta was through. Striker leads from the front. Another slip this time from Safawi Rashid.
Yeah, I just think Safawi's had that same issue with the national team as well. Probably just got to change his starts. Kunalin as well.
Furuhashi was offside, but Iniesta. Furuhashi will have a talking to, but what a little contribution this is. Bang, bang, bang. He's onside as well.
Oof, that's a tight call. Breaking in VAR.
No. Chance to see Andres Iniesta live. Always on the TV screens. It's only when you work with them live do you think, my word, that guy can play football. Really can play football. Kobe Long. Nishi. Weekly played. Ripples applause ringing around the Whistle Kobe Stadium. Just leaves a foot in. Utogoke left in the crumpled heap. That's me showing no remorse. Nice touch from the Kobe fans. There's a tribute to Kobe Bryant, the namesake, just with their main branch of supporters. Kobe Nong steps in. Ideal. Safety first to Farizal. Vermeulen conceded the penalty from which JDT got their equaliser. Zaki, she makes a forward run. Long makes a stern tackle. Afik. Referee plays a good advantage. Nazmi, Diogo. Zaki does well. Iniesta floats away past the challenge. Haris Harron. Normally seems so unflustered in midfield, but against this opposition, he's not winning his individual battle, which is very, very difficult.
Yeah, it is purely because JT at the moment hasn't pressed really high up the pitch. I think they've got that trump card in them. Leaving to maybe the last 15 or 20 minutes.
So Furuhashi is going to pick up a yellow card, and so does Safawi Rashid. So Furuhashi complained that Safawi left a little bit of a mark on Sakai when Sakai seemed to block Safawi. Furuhashi came in to complain. Referee Ali Reza decides yellow card for Yogo Furuhashi, and a third Johor player, Safawi Rashid. Because of... that's the defender blocking him off, isn't it?
his left hand actually going into Sakai. Don't think Furuhashi deserved the yellow card. Safawi certainly did. His left hand probably just clutching the face of Sakai. They're just coming back. JDT's not pressed really high. They've not pressed high as I expected they would. Purely perhaps in keeping it for later part of the pitch. Something that might pose a bit of question to Kobe. They found it really difficult against Postecoglou slide in the J-League. Yokohama F. Marinos presses really high. Kobe couldn't play against them.
Vissel Kobe angering Johor with overreactions to slight physical contact. Need to get confirmation that Safawi was indeed yellow carded there. I certainly got the impression that Ali Reza Fagani thrust the card towards him. The Opta stats suggest that he did. The stats also tell us that Vissel Kobe have had 60% of the ball, or 40. And at half-time, Johor Darul Taksim are in this game, but they trail by 2 goals to 1. Keijiro Agawa scoring a gem of a goal after a peach of a pass from Andreas Iniesta. Safari Rashid, as Iniesta goes off, having given a bit of a masterclass. Safari Rashid bashed home an equaliser from the penalty spot to equalise on 27 minutes, but within a minute, a slip from Eskunalam allowed Furuhashi to slam in from the edge of the penalty area. It means that at half-time, Johor Darul Taksim, although they played well and are in the game, they trail Vissel Kobe by 2 goals to 1.